Toastmasters Sukhmani. The worst breakup of my life. The worst breakup of my life, Toastmasters Sukhmani.
I want to ask all of you, how many of us have been in relationships? And how many of us have had a breakup? Pretty much all of us, right? Dating sucks. So for as long as I can remember, I wanted to be a doctor. I excitedly told this future plan of mine to my parents. I was 6 years old. And I told them, Mom and Dad, I want to be a doctor. And Indian parents, right? They were happier than me. So since that day, they decided that our daughter is going to become a doctor. And I knew I was going to become a doctor. And I dreamt of going to the hospital. I dreamt of donning that white coat. And I was happy. I worked so hard. Even my parents even enrolled me in a coaching institute and paid for 4 years. They guaranteed only doctors come out of this coaching. So it was pretty much success guaranteed. But then 2 years into memorizing these complex carbon bonds and formulas for physics, I realized that I do not want to become a doctor. Now this was a revelation I was not comfortable with. It was a surreal feeling for me. I did not know how to cope up with this. I went to my parents. I asked them, I do not want to become a doctor anymore. So what do I do? They said, if not a doctor, what would you be? What if you regret it? So I went to my friends, my companions, and they said, you have already studied for 2 years. What's 2 more? So I went to my sibling, and he said, just push through. You will become one. But this dream was no longer mine. And I did not know, if not a doctor, who would I be? Who am I if I am not living the life that I dreamt of? So I pushed through. 2 more years, right? Spoiler alert, I am not a doctor. So what happened was, all this decision led to me feeling very insecure, having a constant fear of disappointment around me. Even small everyday decisions started to cripple me. I started trusting myself less and less and less, to the point that I reached a point of complete mental exhaustion and breakdown when I decided to part ways with it. So essentially, the worst breakup of my life was the one that I had with my past self and my dreams. And like many lovers, we tried to get back together, we fought, we tried to compromise, make it work, but it did not happen. There was a lot of times when I was crying, remembering my ex dream of becoming a doctor. And they were crying. But then I thought, let's move on. That's what you hear after you break up with someone, right? Move on. Life goes on. So that's what I did. After I completed my 12th, I decided to take up studying English literature. A new relationship started in place. I fell in love with language, the way it functions. I fell in love with telling stories, hearing stories, and the language itself. For a more practical application of knowledge, I am now studying law. So if not a doctor, at least a lawyer for my parents. Anyway, so presently, if someone asks me about my relationship or dreams, I tell them I am single. Single in the sense that I am not chasing a dream right now. Single in the sense that I am figuring out life as it comes. And in a world that has constantly told me to never give up on your dreams, never give up on your dreams, sometimes it is okay to part ways with a dream of yours, with a past self of yours, to become a better version in your real life. Thank you.